But now we're back. This is opening round heat 3. Yago Dora, Crosby Colapinto, Peterson Crisanto. This is a gift to surf fans everywhere. You know this heat. Here's a replay. We're going to start this off with Peterson Crisanto. This guy is, he's got that never give up attitude. He's been doing it since he was 9 years old as a super grom. I like that we've been talking about fins. Yago freeing his fins right there. It's kind of his patented opening layback snap that we see him lean on whenever he's facing off with those sunglasses. It's like a sunglass battle on the glass as well. Here we go. Colapinto, huge. Rides out clean. That right there was an absolute fin blaster. You love to see it.
Right here, Crosby on this replay on how he's able to stick this last move. He gets up nice and early. That was the fin grip right there, and that's the low center of gravity riding out of that. So that was textbook. And gosh, it's so... There's always the complexity. We're going to get back to that. Here's Crosby, ride number 2.
Crosby Colapinto, that backhand, almost lethal. That was exactly what he wanted to do, but the bump got the better of him. No easy way out of your turns out here in Saquarema today. There's a lot happening on the waves. And
that one, he tried to blow it out, yeah.
Yago now up and at it.
See, I'm
mistimed a little bit right there.
I'm thinking like this is not conditions to do a bunch of tail blows.
Over there on that one heading towards the rocks.
And it looks like we got ramps out here, so we'll see if any of these surfers are going to find one. As we see now, Peterson Crisanto just using his rails. This wave is kind of pancaking on him, but it could build some energy through to this inside section. Here we go. You see his intent, looking for the section, slams it. So just a kind of a blue-collar style wave right there. Feeling these kind of flatter-faced waves. They want to see more action, more excitement. But that was a good way to start.
Yeah, ran out of wall, right? So had to cut back, and then you said it, Chris, just gets into a little bit of this kind of deep water section, hoping for something on the inside. Another thing to note about Peterson Crisanto, very comfortable here, because you got to think about Saquarema for Brazil.
Right.
You have
great point.
A Pro Junior here, you have a QS here, you have a CS here, and you have a CT here. So potentially, there's surfers who could surf in 4 events here a year.
That was a great turn on the outside, by the way. Really steep section, had to lay into it fully, and as you said right here, Chris, it goes flat, but he still kept the water, or the rails in the water the entire time, so a lot of flow on this one. I know most of these sections weren't necessarily super steep. It should be his best score by a good margin, though, and halfway through the heat, I feel like he's potentially taking the lead right here with this last one.
Well surfed on a wonky wave.
Yeah.
I mean, so he will get credit for this wave for sure, and he did get a strong finish.
Tough section at the end, too.
I mean, nothing easy on that wave. 14:40 to go. Here we go, Yago Dora now. Looking right at home. Even through this bumpy wave. So he uses his rails, second turn. Impactful for sure. Comes through to this inside section. Tries to jam. I mean, that wave was bouncing like a lowrider cruising down the street. Everything flying around. Even Yago Dora, who is such a technician, he's so precise, had a lot of trouble riding that wave. Might be Yago Dora, but right now these waves are really testing the fortitude of these surfers.
Well, and he's number 2 in the world right now. This came in as a 2.5. If this guy's struggling with the roll that he's been on so far, it is difficult out there. But, you know, there was a key word in there that they don't normally send out, Kaipo. It's adaptability.
Yeah.
And to be able to adjust on the fly, they're going to reward that.
It's a puzzle, right? And you can see Yago Dora right here. That's a pretty patented turn, but it gets sticky and goes out, so he's unable to solve the puzzle. So that's the adaptability.
Here's a look at the replays. This was during that break for Yago Dora. This came through at a 2.5.
Yeah, so this is his backup at the moment that he is keeping in. Just the one carve and
to haul that Yeti cooler around. Here we go, 8 minutes, 53 seconds. Peterson Crisanto on his backhand. We'll see if he can get a better read of this wave. His last score came through a 4.5. Who improved over that 2.5.
Find some open face. Same thing for everybody else. I mean, Peterson's best score, just a 4.5, and this doesn't improve Kipes, just a 2.1 for him.
Yeah, it's illustration of...
Now he's got a front row seat to the Yago show. Yago getting things controlled on his first turn. Blows the tail, and a rare occurrence to see Yago Dora fall twice on one of his patented layback snaps. Yeah, Crosby Colapinto just quietly looks like he's starting to build some momentum. Big opening turn right there. He finds some clean face to work with here. Gets that second snap and finishes strong with a switchblade snap on that inside section, so well done there for Crosby Colapinto. We saw a brief flash of Peterson Crisanto out the back. So Crosby there signifying, excuse me, taxi, that Red Bull jet ski. Okay, but you've been out there on a jet ski. You know these expert drivers whipping these surfers around.
Yeah.
This is a good sign for surf fans. We're just going to see more waves ridden.
Sure, and checking out this replay.
Yago's about to strike. Here we go. This wave looking better, at least from the drone angle. Here we go. Yago. That's his trademark layback slash. Gets a nice textbook roundhouse cutback. Another hard carving turn for Yago. Underrated for how powerful he really is. He's able to really lean into those turns, activate his rails. Nice and clean for Yago Dora with the fist pump. There we go. Yago Dora's back on track.
This wave, especially after the first turn you were talking about, crisp and critical, but not pushing too hard, and it set him up perfectly for the rest of the wave. See right here, just keeping those rails engaged. Tough wave to surf to. Got flat real quick and pushing just as hard as he needs to. Great surfing on rail there. Once again, brings it all the way back. And see how difficult just getting up into the lip was with the backwash on the face of that one. So at a point of the heat where you get a situation change, you're probably going to take out the heat win here.
I really like the extension and the continuation he got through these turns. It's like he added a little bit of flair to the end of each carve, like right there.
It's smart adaptability. And you talked about already in the judging criteria, Mitch, when we went over that, is Yago adapting on the fly within the heat. And that is what champs are made out of.
Wave stands up, you got to go for it. And especially if it doesn't, you got to be able to commit to the surfing on rail as well.
He made the most out of roundhouses, basically, you know, and not like a super high-scoring maneuver, but what you see right here, when he's able to extend that roundhouse and give a little extra punch on it, that's the difference right there.
And they were all distinct, too. Corey Lopez was the best at those. And see right here, Chris, adjusting on the fly into the lip, and nice little finisher as well. So needing the best of the heat, a 607, going to be right around there.
Delete that 257. Most likely will go above the 417. And this was during that replay. Huge finisher there for Crosby. Can he ride out? He does. So a two-turn burner. Crosby Colapinto, who jumped into the lead. And then this was during that wave as well. Peterson Crisanto. So everybody now starting to flare up a little bit. We got a heat on our hands with 3 minutes to go. The judges have some work to do.
Hey,
the judges want to be excited. Will Yago get that opportunity here? Deep bottom turn. Another layback slash for Yago. And again, that wave just didn't give him the critical section that he wants, that the judges want to see.
I think you made a good point in that it's probably better to get a closeout and have that impactful maneuver, and Yago's actually getting some open face. But here we go.
Light work for Yago Dora, but a completed air nonetheless. The crowd goes wild. That's what we're saying all along. These fans on the beach, they love good surfing.
Yeah, great one right there. Competitive stuff, too.
And the plot thickens, having Yago having to go through that elimination round. So that's probably not something that Yago was counting on. So we'll see how he responds to that.
The results are final, and